Nigeria's labor market is in focus. Human capital development is also, of course, the issue of youth leaving the country, although with the exchange rate being more expensive, that might be a challenge. But pretty much the methodology used by the Bureau of Statistics giving us an employment rate of 55% from prior 33% has been in focus. And we're going to be discussing that along with how to navigate a successful career transition. And who better than a gentleman who has already been done his own transition, Dr. Odabor Ejumudo, who is a speaker, trainer, coach at Oyster Hill Consulting. He joins us now. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning, Rita.
So I'm going to get to the transition part. Maybe I can move from being a TV anchor to a pilot or something. Thank you. But what do you make of this, the unemployment number and what the MBAS did? It's been a bit of controversy, but I want to get your thoughts.
Yes, it's been highly criticized, especially by the NLC. Really paints a picture as if everything is rosy. In truth, it's not rosy. Quality of life of Nigerians say otherwise. So even though I know on paper it makes sense to say we're 5%, but truly yours, there's a lot to be done. The unemployment rate is high, real time. There's nobody that I know that doesn't have 5 to 10 people calling him every month asking for handouts. So really there's a lot to be done. There are a lot of jobs that need to be created to fix the gap. Nigeria is heavily talented, and you can see with the brain drain that's ongoing right now, people are moving. This is skill, this is talent, but we have to fix this. We really have to fix this problem.
So again, as a coach, as a speaker, you talk a lot about this stuff. You're holding all these webinars and stuff so what do you make of this outflow? Are you still getting a lot of people who are saying, doctor, I want to leave and so on and so forth? How are you viewing the exodus?
So it's two ways. Many people want to transit from where they are to another company locally, and many people want to exit, want to flee. Flee is the word. They literally want to flee out of Nigeria.
Yeah.
But I also give a word of caution that, yes, you want to move and go there, which is fine. I mean, it's all for self-development. However, you should be ready. You should have a clear plan. What are you going to do? What's the system like over there? How many years do you plan to do X, do education, and what's next after that? Many people don't have that clear plan. So it's a problem because they go there and they are stuck in 5 years, 10 years, nothing really to show for it. So I advise, have a clear plan, work your plan, and that helped me in my transition from the clinic to the corporate world. It might not be clear in the beginning, but if you put it down and you speak to people who have gone ahead, it becomes easier because you actually believe you can make it happen. But there's skill, there's self-development, a lot of self-development, and there's the mind itself. You have to understand what you're going into.
The labor force, Nigeria's labor force as it is, how much of it needs a skills transition in your view?
Honestly, I would say a large percentage, if not 90. 90% might be a stretch to call, but what I mean by 90% that everybody has to fundamentally upgrade themselves. If you look at the normal labor market, you have the skilled workforce, the unskilled workforce. But of late now, we have a new industry that's created. You have the digital market, you have the content creators. Everybody now is a photographer because of their phone.
Right.
Everybody now is a content creator. And people are earning millions of dollars from just being a content creator. No school involved, just learning how to share stories, create stories. So if, for example, post-university now, out of school, there's no jobs. There are no jobs waiting for millions of people coming out of school every year.
Right.
So what are you doing to upskill yourself for that category of people now? To say, okay, this digital market, how can I upgrade myself? How can I be a better TikToker? How can I be a better YouTuber? What equipment do I need to get? That helps you. That's even the unskilled market. Let's go into real time now. A brand manager for a company now, FMCG company for example, he's a brand manager. His role is to plan and execute strategies to grow the business, whatever product or service they are doing. With AI now, I can literally punch few words into the AI and to churn out strategies for me for the full year for 10 years.
Right.
So now that's planning. So you now say execution part, I still need such people to execute. Who says I can't hire a contract workers to execute for me? So you can see suddenly someone's job is redundant. That's a huge market. People have to understand the reality of what's happening. I have to upgrade themselves. Like this new market, I'm a senior manager, whatever company I am, I have to upskill before I get obsolete.
Yeah. What about your story? You know, we worship doctors and engineers in this country. So the idea of somebody going from the medical field and switching somewhere, it's like, oh my God, why did you do that? What motivated you?
Largely, I'm a dreamer. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm a dream. I just couldn't see myself doing that. The future was so. I just couldn't see myself doing that. So I realized that I had to start making a plan then.
Yeah.
And I was quite entrepreneurial. I was always buying and selling something.
Right.
My parents are entrepreneurs. My father is a doctor who owns his own hospital.
So it's in the family.
It's in the family. My mother too. So I just go around with it.
Yeah.
I wasn't clear what the end game was. Honestly, I just knew I was good in sales. So after I finished service, parents, thank you very much. There's my certificate, but I'm not practicing anymore.
Right.
Thought I was a bit crazy, but they respected my decision. And luckily, I got a big break. A company that believed in me and gave me a chance in sales. And I did extremely well that first year. And then I got a big break with my first multinational job, GSK. I entered there with so much passion.
Well, they're leaving now, but
Yes. That was literally 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, so things have really
turned out well.
Yeah.
So now you're trying to, pass this on to others. What kind of mindset is needed to make a successful career transition?
It's, I would say it's a hellish experience, but it's also a good experience at the end of the day. You're going to be bombarded with millions of thoughts, your own thoughts telling you can't do it, because it's as if when that paycheck stops coming in, it's as if you feel like the whole world is going to end.
Right.
So people are scared, literally scared to do anything that moves them from their comfort zone. You have to build capacity. Your mindset has to be. That reminds me, there's this great warrior, I think Alexander.
Of course.
He had there was a story where he went to conquer a particular enemy territory, and he landed on the ship on the shorelines with his team, with his people, sailors, and he told them, burn the ship.
Right.
Burn the ship. And they were scared. What do you mean burn the ship? He said, yes, that's our only way of exit. You burn that ship, we're either living here alive or we're not living here at all.
Right.
That was passion. So for me, going into it was clear. I'm either succeeding in this new decision I want to go, or I'm succeeding.
Yeah.
So that is the real mindset. It's a battle.
Right.
But you really have to be prepared for this.
What about the patience required? We talk a lot about Nigerians being very short-termist, and maybe it's the economy, you want to get now. How much patience is required for the mindset you've talked about to make sure you follow through on what you're trying to, the transition?
Now, let me put it in real numbers. Yeah. I finished school 2007.
Yeah.
I stopped practicing 2010. I didn't get my first job to 2012.
Yeah.
And so that's a patient. I had to, from 2007 to 2012, I literally waited to get that dream job of mine.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to put in that, be patient. Sometimes you get a job that you might not like. The company might be toxic, you might be going through a lot. You can't just throw in the towel, I'm done, I'm leaving this job. You have things to do with money. So you have to build resilience. Resilience is the word here.
Yeah.
And learn, have mentors that guide you, because what you're trying to do with mentors and sponsors, they can help you bridge the gap. And you can grow fast in companies because you have people speaking for you and because you are a talent. If you are not a talent, I'm sorry, this won't work for you. There's no shortcut to it.
Yeah. You have to be good at something.
Good.
And stand out.
Yeah, stand out what you do.
As far as the youth, as you see well, actually, you know what? How do you know the transition has worked? Is it when you've landed that job in that other career, or what's the metric to use to say, okay, I did it?
Okay, before put transition, I say make another stream of income.
Right.
You have to have another stream of income. You can't just jump blindly. If you can establish another stream of income, which is literally easier now with many things ongoing, and you say, okay, I'm earning this, I'm not earning this, there's certain comfort and peace of mind you get. And then you make the transition. The transition is going well, you're learning, you are delivering on results, you are getting recognized, right? These early recognitions could really give you that motivation. But you're not scared because you have a stream of income still coming through, right? And what's the worst that can happen? You can always go back to the other industry, but you take a chance, but you plan your risk. You plan your risk by you must be earning something elsewhere apart from your 9-to-5 job.
Right.
It's critical you have that.
You're almost talking like a portfolio manager for stocks. You can't just throw all your money into one stock. You've got to diversify so you can fall back on something when the market gyrates.
Yes.
So as far as the youth, when you take a macro view of young people in this country, I mean, you said they're very talented, but I guess, the issue with opportunities and where to plug them, we've got the insecurity and all these other things happening. How do you view Nigeria's youth right now?
Very vibrant, very colorful, very energetic. The reality is that most people don't have information.
Yeah.
Information. So that's the biggest disadvantage I think our youth have. We need more people that are more vocal, sharing opportunities out there. I know Dr. Tijani has this 3 million talent
3MT,
yes,
that's
3MT
right.
thing.
Yeah.
So that's a huge opportunity. I mean, well, if people don't even know about it, how would they even get access to it? Right. So in the environment conditions them to say Nigeria is not working, things are going downhill. But they have to make that effort to find out. Go to the website, Google. Every country, every state obviously has access to that program. How do you start getting to that program? What do you need to do? And start ticking off that checklist. It takes work. It takes a bit of God factor. Really,
Okay.
the God factor is huge in this. But you really have to. The program, the webinar I'm doing when I'm coaching my clients is own your career, own your life. You have to own this.
Right.
Stop waiting for a government or somebody to come and I will give you jobs. It doesn't always work that way. Once you decide this is my life, this is what I want to do, and you go with it with such vigor, the doors will start opening. You will have failures, but you keep going.
Are these doors just within Nigeria, or if an opportunity opens up overseas, what would you tell a young person?
Please, you have an opportunity.
Just go.
But the reality is that many go, some do come back because you go and you build capacity, you build skills, and you come back and you become a director in a company here. So people are doing that. It's actually a plan of several people I know to just go 2, 3, 5 years, come back, earn times 10 or times
Of what
12
you were
what
making before you left, yeah.
Which is fantastic. So it's really just options, create options and widen your circle.
Yeah.
You really have to build a network of
Yeah.
people. Because if you're as good as the 3 to 5 people you hang out with,
Yeah.
right? So you have to build a network intentionally. I have a few friends that have done that and they
Gotcha.
are amazing at building a network.
Great advice. Look, it's Nigeria's treasure, our youth, and they are the future. Dr. Odabor Ejumudo, speaker, trainer, coach, Oyster Hill Consulting. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your time.